On Osrc News at 7, Governor Ayedatiwa promises to make Osrc a economic hub for industrial growth. INEC assures of credible election in Ondo as National Peace Committee engages stakeholders on peaceful exercise. European Union scientists predict 2024 to be hottest year. And from the foreign scene, Malaysian authorities announce phasing out of CNG vehicles amid safety concerns.
Good evening and thanks for joining us on the news tonight. I am Sahid Aribisala. Ondo State Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa has approved the appointment of the Oshimawe and paramount ruler of Ondo Kingdom, Oba Victor Kiladejo, as the Chancellor of the University of Medical Sciences, Ondo. The appointment, which takes immediate effect, is one of the measures being taken by the state government towards enhancing the development of the institution. Medical University in Nigeria. Oba Kiladejo's appointment was conveyed in a letter to him by the Secretary to the State Government, Tayo Oluwatui. Governor Ayedatiwa, who is the visitor to the university, while congratulating the monarch on the appointment, said his leadership and vision will undoubtedly propel the citadel of learning to new heights. The governor said as a trained medical practitioner, Oba Kiladejo's dedication to medical education and excellence makes him an ideal fit for the role, which will inspire and motivate the university community. To ensure a seamless and credible electoral process, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has assured residents of Ondo State of early deployment of voting materials. The chairman of the commission, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, gave the confirmation during the mock accreditation exercise ahead of the November 16 governorship election in the state. Amora Lambuji has more in this report.
At Unit 41, Ward 4, Ijomu, Obanla, Ijakpo High School in Ijakpo Estate and Unit 018, Ward 5, Alagbaka Primary School, Akure, INEC staff were on ground to receive voters who were eager to participate in the mock accreditation exercise. Also at Unit 12, Ward 10, Ayetoro Owena, and Unit 1, Ward 10, Our Saviour Primary School, Ayetoro Owena, Idonre local government area, the exercise took off at 8:30 in the morning with an encouraging turnout. Excited voters, including Mr. Usman Taiwo and Mrs. Adebimpe Bankole, said they are satisfied with the services rendered by INEC.
This process, I like it as they do it well. So
let me give them 80%. They have done well. They have not wasted my time.
By God's grace, I will come out for election, and I will do my civic rights on that day.
The accreditation started around 8:30, and the people came out. Many of the people have done their own before they go back to their houses. We were all happy. We were satisfied.
Reacting, the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, said the commission is committed to deploy voting material, sensitive and otherwise, early enough.
I'm happy we have visited this is the third local government. We have visited quite a number, almost half of the locations where we are doing the mock accreditation. So far, as you have seen, we have had no failure for accreditation. Many of the voters were accredited using the facial rather than the fingerprint.
Yakubu hailed the process in all units and wards visited and charged the staff to replicate the process on the election day.
We will ensure that all the polling units open on time so that voters will not come and wait for INEC officials and materials. And having tested the integrity of the machines, it's not just a question of deploying early, but also accrediting them early. So my assurance to voters is that as far as INEC is concerned, in a multi-stakeholder activity called election, you can see the level of preparations. And that's why we left our offices in Abuja to come to the state. And we are not stopping at the state headquarters in Akure. We are also visiting the local government offices, including some of the polling units where accreditation, mock accreditation is taking place and where election will take place on Saturday next week.
The INEC boss also visited the Commission's local government offices at Ileoluji, Okeigbo, and Ondo West local government areas to ascertain the level of preparedness. Omoniola Humbeji, Osrc News.
The campaign trail of the candidate of All Progressives Congress, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, has visited Odigbo local government area to engage residents and canvass votes. Governor Aiyedatiwa renewed his commitment to better the state while improving the living standards of the people. Government's correspondent Wahab Ankole has details as presented from our studios.
The first port of call was the palace of the Orunja of Odigbo, where the team was received by Oba Rufus Akrim-Ade in company of other royal fathers and chiefs. The monarchs, who lauded the APC candidate for his commitment to develop the state, pledged their support for his continued stay in office beyond 2025 and offered prayers for his victory at the polls. The royal fathers highlighted some challenges facing the area, noting that the emergence of Aiyedatiwa as governor was divine.
The other party decides who are you to say no, but campaign I need the campaign they go why make the primary working on the governor we need our we need the campaign one wait la profession governor but clear you as a governor may we found for àjọ àwa ni pé before, during, and after election is why she held.
Governor Aiyedatiwa expressed deep gratitude to the Orunja and other monarchs across the state for their sustained support for his administration. The governor assured that his administration would address the community's concerns, particularly issues relating to the forest reserves and communal clashes.
Gbogbo kábíyèsí ti ìdìbò tó wà níbí bàbá wa ti àjọbù ti àárọ̀ bí òbí wọn ò sí bí ọlọ́mọ afọ lálàáfíà àjíǹde ara máa jẹ́ tiwọn ìgbọ́n wọn pẹ́ tẹ́ wàá bẹ́ẹ̀ ti gbẹ́nu wọn sọ̀rọ̀ bó ṣe máa rí nìyẹn àwọn ọ̀nà àìmáadé àdúgbò wọn náà mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín pé ẹ ti fohùn lẹ̀ bó dẹ̀ ṣe máa rí yẹn àṣẹ ọba òfin padà sọ́ba lẹ́nu ìlú ọba lólórí ìlú wọ́n la ṣe ń fún ọ̀wọ̀ fún ọba particularly tí a bá wo grassroots mobilization and maintenance of peace àwọn ọba ní o máa gbọ́dọ̀ ìdá iṣẹ́ òkúta mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gba àgbà ẹgbẹ́ wa ní Òdìgbò bí Òdìgbò ò fẹ́ẹ̀lì rí.
Governor Aiyedatiwa also inaugurated a block of 4 classrooms and staff room at Ishero Grammar School as part of the Ishero Community Project supported by the Ondo Cares Initiative. Speaking on behalf of the non-indigenous communities in Ore, Olariwaju Segun highlighted the present challenges faced by the people. He described Ore as a heterogeneous society that requires significant infrastructural investments to boost economic activities and improve residents' standards of living.
To present to you the deplorable conditions of our township roads, as you are aware, the state of our roads have been a major concern for our residents in public transportation, safety, economic activities, and overall quality of life. Our immediate aim is to address this serious concern by helping to prioritize the construction and maintenance of township and street roads in our community.
Governor Aiyedatiwa, who spoke through his running mate, Olayide Adelami, assured the people of his administration's commitment to addressing the issues raised with the promise that his administration would enhance the status of Ore as the economic hub of the state. The governor pledged to integrate their requests into the 2025 budget, noting that strategic planning would ensure the projects are implemented to benefit all residents.
ní ìlú ọ̀rẹ́ that is intra road ó ti wà ní ọ̀pọ̀ àkọọ́lẹ̀ ẹni sọ nípa omi ìyẹn náà tó wà lákọọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo ẹni community engagement ssc gbogbo ẹ̀ ló ti ṣe ó ti kọ́ọ́lẹ̀ so ìkọ́lá tó máa ṣe pé ìwé tó ti kọ́ ẹ̀ la máa pláàdì fún yín la máa fi sínú bọ́jẹ̀tì Ondo State.
Speaking with newsmen, the deputy governor and former APC governorship aspirant Diran Iyotan stressed the need for peaceful conduct of the election while canvassing votes for the APC.
He's the one that promises and does whatever he promised. And I told them that let them consider it done, the road. And they were so happy. And they have promised to vote immensely for APC come November 16.
He has been sustaining the legacy of the late governor. He has continued his projects and he has brought in some innovations that are very impactful on the lives of the people of the state. So my expectation is for him to consolidate and continue, especially when he has started well, he has taken up well. Let him continue to consolidate on the gains that we have recorded so that we'll be able to deliver the dividend of democracy to the people of Ondo State.
APC campaign trail also visited Mile 13 at Onishere Ward, Kajola, and Araro Miobo communities where residents were engaged and reassured of the determination of the present administration to make life more meaningful for them.
Ondo Central Women Campaign Council has unveiled a one-week outreach in support of the ambition of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa in the November governorship election. Led by the co-chairman of the Women Campaign Committee in the zone, Mrs. Seun Osamaye, said the major markets would be visited in the Ondo Central Senatorial District to engage women on why they should retain Governor Aiyedatiwa in office beyond 2025. The leadership of the Central Senatorial District comprised of female appointees, women leaders, and party stakeholders. Omar Langbeji reports.
Some weeks ago, the name of convener of Odatiwa Women Initiatives, Mrs. Seun Osamaye, was announced as the co-chairman, Central Senatorial Women Campaign Committee of Lucky Aiyedatiwa. To this end, action has begun as Mrs. Osamaye unveiled a one-week outreach that would cut across the 6 local government areas in the districts. According to her, the campaign will start in Akure South, where market women will be engaged in their various locations and will be rounded off on Friday at Ogbese Market.
It's not just door to door. We'll be moving from shops to shops, stores to stores, streets to streets, markets to markets, across the 6 local governments of Ondo State. From Akure South tomorrow, we'll be going to Idore on Tuesday, from Idore to Ifedore, from Ifedore to Ondo East and West and Akure North. We have a long week as aligned programs.
According to Osamaye, the women will also engage in house-to-house campaign to intimate people on the capacity of Governor Aiyedatiwa to deliver if retained as governor.
We have programs that have been lined up to address our women. We know that our women will come to buy in this markets, and some will also be there to sell. So we know these places are unique places to reach out to our women, even at the grassroots. And that's why we are kickstarting this program to encourage our women so that they can be aware of what Mr. Governor has in plan for them.
Some basic items like customized face caps, handheld megaphones, and other essential materials were donated by Mrs. Osamaye to facilitate the outreach.
Aiyedatiwa, orí wa ti sọ, àwa ti hànkì nípínlẹ̀ Ondo. Ondo Central Women, we are for lucky.
Omoriola Langbeji, Osrc News.
election, the National Peace Committee has engaged stakeholders in a dialogue as part of its pre-election engagements. And the stakeholders dialogue participants, including candidates of various political parties and their party executives, were enlightened on the essence, impact, and need to observe signing the peace accord, as well as complying with their pledge to guaranteeing a peaceful atmosphere during the election process. The report. As the 2024 governorship election in Ondo State is gradually nearing the D-Day, all actors are intensifying activities to ensure adequate participation. The Kuka Center, through the National Peace Committee project involving a group of eminent Nigerians championing citizens' right to democratic participation and transparency, is in Akure, Ondo State capital, ahead of the election to engage stakeholders to understand that peace remains integral to development. In attendance at the stakeholders dialogue are representatives of the election umpire, INEC, security agencies, the National Youth Council, leadership of the participating political parties and their candidates.
I, as a Vedahi, mindful of my responsibility.
Project manager at the Kuka Center, Asabe Ndai, enlightened the participants on the provisions of the peace accord usually undertaken by political parties, stressing that the clauses of the accord reflect the provisions of the Constitution.
The National Peace Committee will be organizing the signing of the peace accord on Friday, the 8th of November 2024. And ahead of the signing, we decided to engage critical stakeholders so that we can discuss the contents of the peace accord so that they are familiar with it. On Friday will not be the first time they're seeing it. And where they have questions, they can ask those questions so that we give them clarification now before the signing. It also commits them to ensure that where they have concerns with the electoral process, they will seek legal redress.
Professor Arubigbola Afolabi of Adekunle Ajashi University, Akungba Akoko, who gave a contextual analysis of emerging issues in the Ondo State elections, expressed worry over the decline in voter participation in the election process, identifying harsh economic environment, money politics, among others, as having undesirable influence on the process.
Look at 2012 election. The turnout of registered voters was about 38%. In 2016, it dropped to 35%. In 2020, it dropped to 25% of registered voters voted during those elections.
The chairman of the Inter-Party Advisory Council, Olaoluwa Adesonya, and the chairman of Ondo State Peace and Mediation Committee, Shola Adegbomire, described the engagement as an important step towards securing a peaceful election.
Not only on mobilization, we should appeal to them because we want this election to be violence-free, and by the special grace of God, it's going to be violence-free.
Only through unity, understanding, and accountability can we navigate and overcome the complexity inherent in our democratic process.
During a plenary session, representative of INEC, the Nigeria Police Force, and Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps pledged to stay neutral and work in line with the law.
I'm talking on behalf of all the security agencies that participate in this election. We will never compromise ourselves in any way untold.
And those of us that we have good intentions, we want to vote, come out and exercise your civic rights. 48 hours to election, 78 hours, 72 hours to election. We should not record case of perceived victimization of the opposition.
All our polling units will open early enough for this election.
With a better understanding of the requirements and clauses of the peace accord, the parties are expected to now act with heightened consciousness that nothing must jeopardize a peaceful process before, during, and after the November 16 governorship election. Sahid Aribisala, OSRC News. Well, did you take a break on the news? We'll be back with more stories. Stay with us.
Governor Aiyedatiwa's emergence came during a crucial time, a time when the people really needed a listening and compassionate leader. Indeed, in actions, he has shown that he has a remarkable ability to listen to the voice and yearnings of his people. From his first day in office, Governor Aiyedatiwa has demonstrated unwavering commitment to the development of Ondo State and the needs of its people. His focus on workers' welfare, education, health care, infrastructure, security, agriculture, amongst others, reflects a leader truly in touch with the needs of his people.
Thanks for joining us on the news. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our channel on YouTube, Osrc TV Ondo. To more stories now, the National Universities Commission has commended Elizade University Ilaramoki for its track record of delivering quality academic programs that embodies the highest standards in university education. Acting Executive Secretary of the Commission, Chris Mayaki, gave the commendation at the 8th and 9th combined convocation of the institution. A total of 484 students who graduated from undergraduate programs and the 74 individuals from postgraduate level were celebrated by eminent Nigerians. The report. After undergoing the rigors of learning and scaling the orders, these 558 individuals are now qualified to receive Elizade University Ilaramokin's graduate and degree certificate at this ceremony, which marks the 8th and 9th convocation of the institution. To witness the momentous occasion, family, friends, well-wishers and eminent Nigerians, including the Ooni of Ife, Obadeye Ogunwusi, converge on the citadel of learning. Of the 558 graduates from the 2022-2023 and 2023-2024 session, 51 bagged first-class degrees, with the overall best of the two sessions scoring a 4.95 cumulative grade point. Of the 74 from the postgraduate programs, 5 individuals bagged Doctor of Philosophy, the first in the institution's history. Elizade University's Chancellor, Gbenga Oyebode, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Kayode Ijadunola, other members of management charged the graduates to be worthy ambassadors.
The reason why parents send their children here is as a result of the excellent education that they know their children will receive.
Elizade University set out to achieve a number of goals and outcomes. This included the establishment of additional postgraduate programs, especially in engineering and law, deployment of additional modern teaching and learning equipment, expansion of our collaborations with local and foreign research partners and institutions.
The National Universities Commission's Acting Executive Secretary, Chris Mayaki, represented by the Director of Inspection and Monitoring, Lydia Imorua, extolled Elizade University for its exemplary track record of excellence.
I applaud the university for its exceptional track record of delivering quality academic programs. I repeat, quality academic programs, with each one fully accredited and embodying the highest standards in education.
Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, represented by the Special Advisor on Education, Dr. Olawumi Lawole, commended the institution for strengthening the state's ranking among the leading education states in Nigeria.
I can tell you that your education is not just a mere certificate, but it is a key that unlocks your potential.
Former Lagos State Governor Babatunde Fashola delivered the convocation lecture titled Nigeria and I, What Can I Do?, tasking the graduates to embrace challenges in Nigeria and surmount them.
You are now the next set of people upon whom this country will depend. Your journey of leadership in life has taken a new course today. Those among you who may feel disillusioned, who believe there is nothing worthwhile here for them, and who want to leave Nigeria, are there such people here? Do leaders run away when it is difficult? We will know the real leaders as we go on.
Renowned businesswoman Folorunsho Alakija and an oil and gas businessman, Chief Tunde Afolabi, were awarded with honorary doctorate degree by the university. The founder, Elizade University Chief Michael Ojo, said no efforts will be spared to sustaining the institution as a viable local alternative to educational tourism.
I also wish to charge the university management to be more focused on the entrepreneurial training of the students, as my intention is to produce more entrepreneurs.
The event featured award of prizes to distinguished graduates in academics and non-academic activities.
To step into this new chapter of our lives, let us remember to keep the spirit of curiosity alive.
While they take away the knowledge and certification of the institution, the management is confident that they can only go higher. Sahida Ribisala, Osrc News. Founder, Health for Widow International, a non-government organization, Brit Adeshida, has pledged continued commitment towards empowering widows in Ondo State. Brit Adeshida spoke while playing host to traditional institutions across the state. Joy Piles reports that the initiative, which has benefited widows in 8 countries across the world, attracted the Bulgarian ambassador to Nigeria, Yanko Yordanov, to Akure, the Ondo State capital.
Hearts for Widows International, a non-governmental organization run by Brit Adeshida and her husband, Adetayo Adeshida, has existed for many years, touching lives of widows across various parts of the world. In Ondo State, several widows have been helped in various capacities to become self-reliant. This prompted the visit of Bulgarian ambassador to Nigeria, Yanko Yordanov, to identify with the organization. The palace of the Akakpinsha of Ipinsha received the facilitator, who is also the Yeye Mayegun of Ipinsha, and the team as they interacted with widows and appreciated the monarch, Oba Omoni Oluwafumilayo, for giving them the enabling environment to affect lives.
I know your heart. You are had many. You are king how king should be.
The team also visited Adofure along Idonri Road, where 4 plots of land were made available for some of the widows for the cultivation of yams, cassava, plantain, potatoes, as well as cocoa to help them become independent.
Over the first yam for this year from our widows farm, the first harvest.
Next was a tour of the organization's training center for widows, where the women are trained in valuable skills, and a community shop put in place to enable the widows sell their handmade product, which include soap, knitted clothes, beads, and many others.
Àrígbà lọ́wọ́ wọn kì í ṣe kékeré àti jẹ àti mú wá àwọn ló ń gbọ́ àdúrà wa ni fún wọn ni pé ọ̀run á máa mú wọn lọ òkè bí gíga àwọn ọmọ wọn á bá láàánú wọn á bó lóore kàwé.
Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn, mo tún dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run tó ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ tó ń tún rántí àwa widows tó ń jẹ́ kí ìyà jẹ wá.
Interacting with regents across the state, the facilitator pledged commitment towards ensuring widows across the local government areas feel the impact of the organization. For Brit and Adetayo Adeshida, the initiative is solely to better the lives of widows by engaging them in vital programs for self-reliance.
We want to make a difference. We want to be a voice for widows. You, everybody from us, can make a difference how we address widows, how we are treating widows. If everybody from us can give a helping hand and see the neighbor, the widow in the other house, and just give a helping hand, this will already make a difference in the societies.
They are wonderful people. When you move closer to them, you will know that these people, what they mean. They are wonderful. So there are certain things, look, which they have. But because of the situation, the conditions, they find themselves, couldn't allow the potentials in them to come out.
Moved by the hospitality, the Bulgarian ambassador to Nigeria commended the gesture, describing Nigerians as a people with resilient spirit and love for culture.
It's a remarkable work, I would say, just because the results are already there. I see that the widows are acquiring a lot of help, but also a lot of capabilities to sustain themselves. And I'm sure that this noble mission of Hearts of Widows will continue to inspire throughout the countries where this foundation is working, including Nigeria and Bulgaria.
The organization is currently operating in 8 countries across the globe, touching lives of widows in various communities. Joy Pius, OSRC News.
Now to Nigeria now, the Malaysian government has said it will phase out the use of compressed natural gas for vehicles and end the sale of such vehicles in the country. Transport Minister Loke Siofuk announced that CNG in Malaysia can no longer be registered to be used in the country from July 1, 2025. He said this was for the safety of road users and the public, adding that there were only about 44,383 CNG vehicles currently, accounting for just 0.2% of vehicles, not including motorcycles. The minister said the vehicles had caused explosions during accidents. Malaysia introduced the use of CNG in the late 1990s. And that's the news tonight. Thanks for watching. Good evening.